Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Beyond.a.ball podcast. It's your host Ian. Joining me as always is Justin J. White. Justin, how is it going today?
It's almost Friday.
It
Almost
is.
Friday. Excited for the weekend. But yeah, I don't have much to really say about how I'm feeling. Like I said, it's almost there, almost the weekend. It's always
It
exciting when that
it's
happens.
it's been a long fucking week. I'm exhausted.
Mhm.
My sinuses are kicking my ass. I was basically like bedbound Monday, Tuesday, still had to work, so it's been whooping my ass, but I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to tomorrow, Jay. You know what that is?
Are you gonna tell me because you told me you give me $15 if I got it correct and I texted you and you didn't get back to me? Is it the
You weren't
Scottish
right.
League?
You
I
weren't
wasn't
right.
right.
Scottish Premiership starts back up tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 o'clock EST is the kickoff. And yes, I was watching the Scottish Premiership. I was watching. You didn't give me exacts. I needed
I said the
specifics.
Scottish League.
You didn't give me specifics. I needed specifics. I'm giving away money. It was 2016, 2017 Celtics versus Rangers. Um, Excellent match. Excellent match. Dundee United play Rangers tomorrow, 3 o'clock. So tune in.
I just want my $15.
Well, you were that was too general. I needed a specific answer.
Oh, my apologies.
I needed a hey, 2014 Ronaldo best of goals. Need something like that.
Yeah, you're asking
Real.
for way too much.
It
I
was
wasn't going
15
that.
bucks, bud.
I wasn't going this deep.
Times are tough. 15 bucks.
All right,
Times are
move
tough.
on.
All right, all right. Anyway, listeners, we got a lot of fun stuff to cover on today's episode of the podcast. We're going to be going over transfers, and transfer rumors that have been taking place. The market is hot right now. Transfer deadline, obviously, September 1st. So everybody coming out of the World Cup, getting those transfer requests in. Then we're going to talk about a little bit of fantasy football, fantasy soccer. That is obviously the Prem starting up soon. We're going to go over a few of our kind of must-haves and a few guys we're shying away from this EPL season. And then we're going to wrap it up as always with the Blues Corner, where we go over obviously our rant on Chelsea. But Jay White, anything you got before we dive in?
Want to start with the listener questions that I have
Yes, we'll start with the
before
listener's question first, before
before
any
we
of those
forget them?
topics.
Yes.
Great. So,
I,
listener questions. Jay, you said we had three.
we have three. Big we got some big fans out there that wanted something new, I guess, on the pod this week. So we're gonna give them what they want.
Sure.
Our first listener question is about the MLS All-Star game. And this was from Devontae Morales, one of our fans.
Okay.
And he kind of just wanted us to talk about it. Do you want me to start, Ian? You want to go? Just how you kind of just shook your head and put your head back. What are you thinking?
Jay, why don't you start? I don't couldn't tell you when the MLS All-Star game is, so why
It,
don't you
it,
kick us
it, it
off?
was last night, Ian.
Oh, it was
Just to
last night. Good.
just
Good.
to give you a heads up, and I
Okay.
watched the highlights of it. I watched like that extended version of it. I don't have
Sure.
Apple TV, and the MLS All-Star game was on Apple TV.
Didn't even realize it. I would have watched it if I knew it was on last
It
night,
was
to be
on.
honest. I had no idea it was on. Oh, 4-3. Look at that.
Yeah, but the MLS All Stars played the Liga MX All Stars. MLS All Stars won 4-3. Obviously, this game was played in Charlotte. The MLS is now four and one in all time in these All Star series, which is kind of shocking because how crap that league is. We
Yeah, but
had
you have to hold on, pause there. Heung-min Son scored 2 goals last night. So,
That's where I was getting to.
yeah, so maybe it's not that shocking. Resume.
Yeah, obviously Son Heung-min stole the show. He scored 2 goals in 3 minutes in the first half. Obviously, this was his first All Star game for him, and obviously didn't disappoint for the fans. But to me, it's just the All-Star game for MLS players. I remember when it used to be MLS versus like different teams in general around the world. And now
Yeah.
they're getting back to the La Liga, like La Liga, sorry, not La Liga, Liga MX players. But the question is, are MLS players better than League MX players?
I don't, yes, because they have such an influx of European talent. Like if Messi didn't just come out of the World Cup, he would have been in the All-Star game too.
Well, this is, I think, his third year in a row he hasn't played.
He played a couple years ago, I think, or last year. He like
No,
very
remember
momentarily.
the 1 year he sat out. He said he didn't want to play, and it became a whole issue.
I'm just so maybe Suarez played, but like still like
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, you got Son scoring. Like he's not really a product of the MLS and come up through the MLS system. I think it's a bit of a joke that it goes interleague like that, Liga MX and in the MLS. Like, why don't you just split it up in the MLS? Like, just do the Eastern Conference versus the Western Conference. I feel like that makes a whole lot more sense. To that point, I would think it would be really cool to do a Premier League All-Star game and like take the top um take team A or your top 11 and oh my gosh, at the end of the season
You split it somehow. I get what you're trying to say.
you take the top 22 players, right? So whoever was first team all season, second team all season, and then you kind of just split them up or draft them between two players or two coaches or something. I think that would be cool.
No, I
They would
think it'd
never
be.
do that because they're way too proper, and that would be like too Americanized, and they like would never do that, but that would be cool.
No, I get what you're saying. Like you said, I don't think they would do it just because it's soccer over here and football for them, and that would just
They would just
hurt
be like, "Oh,
them.
that's too Americanized. It's too,
Exactly,
they
yeah.
would not do that." It's fair enough.
But also, I found this one out. Since the World Cup has ended, ticket sales are up 62% and TV ratings are up 40 to 50% for the MLS. But once I saw that, I was like, once August, third week of August comes and European football's back, that's those ratings are going to go right back down.
Yeah, they will. But this is a good gap for them. I am curious now that
Absolutely.
we're on the MLS. I am curious how things do go ratings wise once it transitions its schedule to be aligned with the rest of the footballing world. You saw that, right? They're moving to a fall to
Yes.
through winter schedule. So I am very curious to see what that viewership's like. And I'm also pretty interested to see some matches around here like during footy season, not like during the summer when I'm not really thinking about footy. I feel like that'd be cool. Like think about
No,
hitting the
it could.
boozer all day, like watching the Blues fucking lose. And you're like, fuck it, let's go watch the Red Bulls. And you go buy $10 tickets and, get even more boozed up. And you
Yeah,
forget that
beat those $10 tickets.
Chelsea lost 4-0 to fucking City or something. Ah, fuck. All right.
But that's our take on the MLS All-Star game. Devontae, thank you for your question. We do appreciate it.
Yes, appreciate the question.
Our next one is from our good friend JP, our Arsenal fan, which I'm
Okay.
expecting we'll probably have him on the show coming up soon with the Premier
Yeah,
League
you just
star.
keep
And
inviting everybody. Just pop everybody on board, huh?
I'm trying. I'm trying to get everyone top 16. I'm trying to get a whole group in here. But he
Yeah,
wants
it
us to
makes it
talk.
so easy for me to edit. That's the best. I love that.
Well, it sounds a personal problem. You wanted to be the host.
Honestly, if we were to do that, we should just do it in like the same room with everybody. It would be easier logistically to edit.
Good luck trying to
And
get everyone in the same room doing this.
draft day, Johnny Manziel.
His topic is the Tottenham Spurs transfer window,
Ooh, hot.
which I will give a little breakdown. Obviously, Sandro Tonali from Newcastle signed there for about 100 million. Then Mateus Fernandez from West Ham for around 85 million. John Paul Van Hecke from Brighton for around 52 million. And then they just had Andy Robertson on a free transfer from Liverpool. Those four signings came to about $237 million. Ian, what do you think about the business that Tottenham have done so far? And do you think these are players that fit De Zerbi's system for Tottenham?
Yeah, I definitely think they've fit its system, and I think they're really good additions to the team. I know you had mentioned Van Hecke there, Andy Robertson. I think those, first of all, are two great additions. Van Hecke, I'm assuming, played under De Zerbi at Brighton.
Yes, he
He
did.
did,
He
right?
did.
Okay. So I think that's a really good addition there. I mean, somebody who obviously knows the system already, knows the ins and outs. I do question the signing of $80 million for Mateus Fernandez, 85 million. Just that he's coming from West Ham. He continues to bounce from squad to squad. It seems like I feel like he doesn't have a home. I love Tonali coming in. I think that's a great addition. So I think overall, but with Fernandez saying that, I don't want to skip over it. I do think he's very good. I am just
I
curious
agree.
to understand why he bounces from squad to squad. And obviously, anybody to me coming from a relegation team, I think they got fleeced. 85 million, the dude just got relegated. Like you should be able
That's a
to.
lot. That's a lot of money for a midfielder who
West Ham should have zero grounds to stand on too because they're being relegated. You know what I mean? Like no,
no, I agree.
like
Yeah.
they. So I again, not my money, but they probably got fleeced there. Um, but I like the business they've done so far. And I did actually see a rumor come out, and we can just kind of briefly touch on it now, that they are looking to put Christian Romero to a permanent transfer over to Atletico Madrid. So
I've
talk
seen
has
that.
opened up there, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Romero obviously just played for this, did not play for the Spain national team. Never mind.
Argentina.
Yep, that's why I said never mind.
No,
Obviously, he played with Julian Alvarez at Argentina. Duh.
I've liked the business they've done. Like you said, I think the midfield for 185 million is very expensive for two players. I probably would have liked Tottenham maybe to go get two center mids that are 45, 50 million each and spend that extra 15 million in total. I don't think Fernandez is I'm not sold on him as a player worth that value, put it that way.
No,
I
I'm not either. I mean, I think he's coming from West Ham.
Yeah. I love the Andy Robertson transfer. It's a free transfer.
Yeah.
He's got leadership. He's got the talent. He can still play. He can still play. The crazy thing is supposedly that De Zerbi said they're only 60% done of their planned business and this transfer window is complete. So what I'm looking at now for them is I don't know if you got to watch their highlights of their first preseason game. They are still struggling to put the ball in the back of the net and they're really struggling in front of the goal. So I'm expecting them to go out there and get a forward, get a dynamic,
They
dangerous
still need a forward. Yeah.
attacking winger who can maybe solve this problem. Because yes, I think the defenses got better. I think they got a more improved coach, like we talked about De Zerbi. I think the midfield is better, but you cannot win games if you don't have players who are going to put the ball in the back of the net.
No. And
So
Mateus Fernandez is not one of those guys, right? I'm looking at his numbers now. West Ham last season in 38 matches, 36 in the Prem, was only 4 goals, 4 assists. Southampton was 1 goal, 1 assist in 25-26, and then 24-25 was 3 goals, 6 assists.
just
So like, there's no offensive production coming there. Not saying that he's not a good like at what he does in midfield, but that's not where your goals are going to come from. And you still have that problem up top. Nobody to score.
exactly. And their
Richarlison,
strike
yeah, you
never
can't.
he's never healthy. They're never
Solanke,
healthy.
another help. Yeah,
But
so
they could be going to get someone big, like you said. They have Romero who could be out the door. They also have Lucas.
Osimhen,
No, I doubt that. That would be crazy. They have Lucas Bargval, who's also supposedly on the window. Not sorry, not
Jed Spence.
Spence. Dead
Yeah,
Spence, who could be out, and also Vicario. So if they sell four of those players, even if they sell three or four of those players, they can
go buy again. Yeah,
go get a winger and striker. But regarding the question, JP, I much as we all hate Tottenham, they've done some good business this transfer window. I definitely see them improving as a team.
yep, I agree.
So JP, thank you for your question. And let's go to our last question to our good friend Pat Leah, who I think the Italian excitement has maybe hit him a little
Oh
bit.
boy.
He wants to know why Marcelo Lippi is the greatest coach of all time and why. Now, listeners, just in case we don't know who he is, he was a former Italian football player and manager. He won the 1996 Champions League with Juventus. I wasn't even born then. Five Serie A titles. He has a 1996 Intercontinental Continental Cup. He won the 2006 World Cup with Italy. He also has a 2013 AFC Champions League with Guangzhou Evergrande, and then he also has three consecutive Chinese Super League titles. And he's also one of only two coaches alongside Vincent Del Bosque from Spain to have won both the World Cup, the UEFA Champions League, and the AFC Champions League. Ian, what are you thinking? Obviously, Pat Leah wants to know. I don't know if he was telling me he's the greatest coach of all time or he's asking if he was the greatest of all time, but I'm gonna let you take it from here before I continue to go on.
I'm going to answer that question with another question. Why was Paolo Maldini fired after 10 days as Italian, as Italian technical director? And why was yeah, I mean, Lippi is I mean, an outstanding career as a coach. I don't think he's the best coach of all time, but yeah, outstanding career. I think Pep is probably the best coach of all time.
Yeah,
He's won a
that's what
lot
I
of
had.
I mean, he's won a lot of fucking trophies. I mean, no, he hasn't won uh, a World Cup, but he's won everything else there is to win. So against
No,
across three leagues, give me Pep.
yeah, I agree. I think he's a top 10 coach. Don't get me wrong there. He obviously dominated in Europe, internationally in Asia. When they won that World Cup in 2006, he was a tactical genius. He was able to switch those formations around depending on the opponent. He definitely had some good players there, but I still think, like you said, I think Pep Guardiola is a better coach than him. I'd put Jose Mourinho, I'd put Carlo Ancelotti, and I'd even put Sir Great Alex Ferguson as well in front of him.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, definitely Alex Ferguson. Yeah, for sure.
But
Nice question there,
Pat,
Peely.
yeah, thanks for the question, Leah.
Any other questions over there, Jay?
No, that was our three questions from our listeners. So again, for you three, we appreciate the questions to the pod.
All right, awesome. Yes, always listeners, leave us any questions that you might have. Now let's get into some more meat and potatoes transfers. We got transfers going on. We got transfer rumors hopping. Jay, what do you want to start with? You got a transfer you want to start with? I want to start with one. I got a transfer rumor I want to start with is Bradley Barcola. I think he's going to end up going to Liverpool.
Sorry, I'm still laughing after hearing meat and potatoes. But
Let's get into meat and potatoes of this bad boy. I love talking transfers, man.
no, okay, we can talk about that one because I actually have him first on my list as well.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, I think if Liverpool do end up making that transfer, I mean, that would be pretty wild. And that really looks like I think that'll end up happening. I think if you were to put that on my transfer meter, I think Liverpool's going to end up paying until they let him go. It does sound like Barcola does want to go to Liverpool
Yeah,
as well. So that's usually the big part there. When the player wants to go, especially somebody that probably he doesn't start. Um,
no,
he should be, but they just have so much talent there. Um, Usually when the player wants to go, that's when it happens.
no, I agree.
First
To
of all,
me,
and also the evaluation of like 170 million for him. I mean, he's very excellent, but 100 that's a lot of money,
I
man.
know. It's going to be more to me of how high are Liverpool going to go because the bid that they're going to put in, they said is 100 million to start.
That's what I did see as well.
I don't see PSG accepting that right now. So now I kind of look at it two ways. Again, how high is Liverpool going to go? And also is PSG again according to them he's worth 175 million. Let's just say they drop it down to 150 million. Will PSG how low will PSG go? Do they have like a set limit? But I'm saying if you're going to get 150 million for him, great he's a great player. I'm taking that any day.
Yeah, but I think they'll
And
even take like 120. Like I think they're just
they're trying to play high ball.
right.
But
No,
I
I
think him
agree.
coming to Liverpool too, I think it's a great signing for Liverpool as well. Obviously, we had Salah who left. Now you have the options of you have obviously Rio, the young 18-year-old, 19-year-old from Liverpool, has looked really good for Liverpool since last year. And then you can put him on the other side. Or if you don't want to start Rio, you still have Cody Gakpo as well. But I think this is a very good signing for Liverpool.
Oh, absolutely. If they can get through, like they absolutely need that, and they absolutely need wing support, and they need goals.
Yes.
And I don't think Barcelona is a polished scorer just yet. I think we saw him miss a lot of shots at the World Cup, so I don't think anybody should be surprised there. But I think his speed, you can't teach speed. You can teach finishing, you can't teach speed. So he's got the speed though to get past them and get in a position, and then at that point, it's just teaching a very young player how to finish, and I think that's doable, right? He's got the speed and the agility already. Um, I'm honestly just kind of ripping through some rumors here. This is not a transfer rumor, but we talked about this guy last week on the transfer rumors. But Krupi, Eli Krupi, he's out for 3 to 4 months after
Saw
sustaining a
that.
foot injury in training yesterday. That's a big hit. I mean, we were just talking about City throwing in a $100 million, 100 million pound bid. Don't know why, but um, or they wanted to throw in a bid, and that the estimation was 100 million. But yeah, I mean, pretty big news right there.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna either. If he's going somewhere, the value goes down now.
Yeah,
He'll miss 3 to 4 months, or it's a possibility he stays at Bournemouth, and then maybe the winter transfer window opens up and he goes there by the time he gets back healthy.
yeah, absolutely. Another one I saw, Mamadou Sangare landing at Brentford, coming over from Lens. What are your thoughts there?
How much was it?
41 mil.
Yeah, I think it's a good deal for them.
Yeah, I do too.
Good amount of price for him.
Yeah, he's more of a all-around defensive midfielder for Lens, one of their best ball winners last season. I think could really help that Brentford team and really fits that mold, right? That like kind of defensively based Brentford team that wants to hit you on the attack, playing that deep block. I think that fits them well. Um, I feel like I'm just dropping them all right now, Jay. I got another one though. Vinny
Keep
Jr. to
going.
Arsenal. I keep hearing more and more and more the likelihood that this is going up. Vinny Jr. to Arsenal. And the other one is because well, he's just got to get out of Real Madrid. Remember they clashed,
I'm
Mourinho
hearing
and
the
Vinny.
opposite. I'm hearing it's going the opposite way now. That
Oh,
he's not going anywhere.
last I heard, I mean, this
Well,
was
one of
last.
us are wrong here, so
Last I heard was last night, but this is Talk Sports saying it. I don't know when you heard your news, but was that he wanted out of Real Madrid or was going to be leaving. Not that he wanted out, but so is this not a thing?
he's either staying or going to Arsenal. There's no other teams involved here, it seems like.
Do you think it happens? And if you think it, even if it happens, does Arsenal are they automatically Premier League
No, because
favorites?
the way Vinny Jr. plays does not fit Arteta's style of football.
It doesn't. This
I
is
think
like
he
the
would
worst fit
absolutely
for the guy.
I think he would absolutely hate it there.
Hmm.
Imagine not
I would agree.
allowing him to go down the wing and take people on 1v1 and say, "Hey, no, you got to put your foot on the ball, Vinny, and play it back in the middle and back and forth." I think he'd hate it there.
I don't think you'd get along there at all. I agree.
No, but I would still hate it if he went there because it's just someone that now, as
It would
us
kill us.
Premier League teams, we have to face now, and we know how good of a player he is. But
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. I was watching highlights the other night of like the 2013, 2014 Premier League season. Like it was just so different. Like you actually had wingers that were allowed to go and take on the left and right backs. You actually had guys that wanted to run past someone, and now it's like they just pass it backwards. They just pass it to the side. It's like, why are you even there? Like, why are wingers out wide at this point? Why don't you just like add them in center midfield? They don't use them properly. Yeah. We had LaCroix. Forgot his first name off the top of my head. LaCroix went to
Max
Chelsea.
sense
Maxime
for
LaCroix,
52
French
mil.
center back from Crystal Palace, going to Chelsea. What are your thoughts there? I like it. I think it's a good signing. I think it's what we needed.
No, I like it. I definitely think we needed a more veteran center back. I'm not saying he's 30. I think he's 20. I think he's 26, top of my
Yeah,
head.
he's in his 20s still. He's not like senior.
Yeah, but I just think we needed another center back. I do think
Oh
again,
yeah.
52 million for a center back is a lot of money, but I will take the money any day here just to get a new center back that Chelsea really needed. And he fits in the at Palace, he played in that three back system.
Yep.
So this is something he'll be familiar coming in with.
Yep. I'm very interested to see how they do play in that three back system. They scored a lot last night. Not that it really, at least to me, matters against the opponent they played against, but I do think he fits well in that three back system. I'm really excited to see what we end up running out there. What about Danny Welbeck signed up by Chelsea as well? I like that signing. That's the veteran presence we need.
See, this is the issue. I only like this one depending what we're doing with our other strikers. Because now the issue I have now is João Pedro is going to be probably your number nine to start the season, which I think we're all expecting. Now the issue is you still have Nicholas Jackson, you still have Liam Delap, and then you have we went over this last episode. There's like five other strikers. The other kid is young. Starts with an E and E. I can't remember on top of my head. He's a very good player. If we're not selling any of them, why are we bringing him in? We're not in any European football. It's not like we have more games to play. If we're getting rid of Liam Delap, which I'm hoping we are, after what I saw him play against in the friendly the other night, which I'll talk about in the Blues corner, but we got to get rid of strikers. If not,
Yeah.
I don't see the point of the signing.
No, I agree. I think we do have to get rid of the strikers. I do like the veteran signing though, because I think he's a very useful veteran. I mean, he was getting shouts to be on the England squad this year. So I think it allows us the flexibility to get rid of a lot of other strikers now. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully, yes. Hopefully, we just start cutting folks or getting rid of some people. That would be ideal.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Yes, it's becoming a very full locker room. The other big rumor that I've heard a lot about, I know we haven't touched on it yet, is another Newcastle player, and that is Bruno Guimaraes, maybe going to Arsenal. Thoughts on that? A lot of rumors coming out between 70 and 80 mil.
I feel like that one's been lingering on for a bit now,
I think they're
and
trying to land on a number. And then, I mean, today with Howe leaving, Eddie Howe leaving at Newcastle. So Newcastle getting a new head coach, bringing in a 38-year-old from Germany. His name is
Matthias
Mat-
Jasil.
Matthias Jasil, only 38, younger player. But yeah, so I wonder if Eddie Howe leaving is the reason that things were being held up. What do you think?
It could be.
If they
Again,
were
some of
trying to like
these
hold on to him.
yeah, some of these transfer windows, like these transfer games, take forever. Again, we don't know behind the scenes what's happening. Like how long ago did we know Eddie Howe was leaving? Did Newcastle maybe know 2 weeks ago? And you never know. I would hate if he went to Arsenal. I really would, because I think that makes Arsenal a better team overall.
Mhm.
And I think that they give like Declan Rice is a workhorse in the middle. Now you're getting even a I don't want to say you're probably getting even a bigger workhorse in the middle because Bruno G is also all over the field when he plays for Newcastle.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Bruno a lot. And that's a guy that I think I said a few weeks ago that I wanted over at Chelsea because I think he is that like mix of that veteran leader and he's still got a lot left in his legs and he's just a bulldog. He's just always on the field. He's always getting in there with a timely tackle. He's always popping up late in the box. I feel like he's always there in that crucial time. If you need him to show up for you, I think he's there. I wish we would just pull the trigger over at Chelsea and bring him in because I don't think Enzo's the guy that's going to be playing next to Caicedo. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think he
I
goes
just hope he
anywhere.
doesn't go to fucking Arsenal. I mean that's a huge problem, obviously, for Chelsea. We can't have him go to
Yeah, I
Arsenal.
agree. I agree.
John Stones. I don't have too many more here. I think this should probably be my last one. Stones to Inter Milan. Thoughts there? I think he just said he kind of wanted to change the scenery.
Yeah, because it seemed like a lot of other Premier League teams were linked to John
Yes.
Stones, and then this one kind of came out of nowhere. Inter Milan, I think, will be fine for Inter Milan again.
Yeah.
Oh, like you said, different scenery, different league. Don't know if we'll start there, but again, I'm pretty sure
I
Inter
don't think he
Milan is
cares
in.
anymore at this point.
Yeah, Inter Milan is in European football. They'll have plenty of games for him to get in.
He's just going to get that Italian glow up
Yeah, exactly.
that every other player gets when they leave the Premier League. They go over there. I mean, it's going to be a lot sunnier. You're not going to not have to deal with the cold, rainy winters in Manchester. So good for him. But Jay, any other transfers you want to cover, bud?
Yeah, I got a good amount to be honest. If we want to go quick,
Oh,
we can
all
go
right.
quick
No,
with
I
them.
just didn't have any more.
Yeah, obviously this one was in our fantasy chat today. Rodri going to Real Madrid,
Oh, that is a big one. You're right.
which seems that it is about to be.
That is
I
just
don't.
Mourinho-fying that team, right? He's getting his pivot and Claude Makelele. He's got his left back over there. He's just Mourinho-fying his team.
No, I like it. I just think it makes that central midfield in Real Madrid even
Really
better.
good.
And
It's
and
really good.
obviously we know that Rodri is getting older, but obviously you saw it in the World Cup. It didn't matter. And
Mhm.
obviously he's come back from that terrifying ACL injury, which we expected to take time, but it really looks like now he's back to fully being fit. But
Yeah.
I think it's good business for Real Madrid too. I think it was only 50, 60 million, I think it was, or something like that. It was close. So I think good business there.
Oh yeah.
Then obviously we had, I'm gonna butcher the crap out of his name. Ayoub Bayoti to Manchester City. The new bid, center mid, going to Manchester City, Morocco International. Supposedly that deal is very close. I believe they were saying Man City was just waiting to get rid of Rodri to get this one going. Jack Grealish, remember that guy, Ian?
I did see that him going over to Saudi.
Yeah, it looks like obviously he had that terrifying injury for Everton. Obviously was on loan from Manchester City. Now he was left off that Manchester City preseason tour, but again, I've seen rumors that Al Hilal are heavily linked from him from Saudi.
Yeah, I did see that. I
It's just sad to see because he was such a great
Yeah,
player
I
and
don't like
so
it.
entertaining to watch, and then it's just like
I think it's a
you go to
loan.
yeah, it could be a loan they were saying, but then it's just his career is starting to go down.
Yeah, I don't think he chose that move though. If they make that move,
Nah, I don't think so either. But
I
again,
don't.
if money talks,
Yeah, but on a loan, how does that work? They're
that
not paying
yeah,
him extra. It's just the same salary.
who knows? I don't know what the deal is with Saudi. The other one, I don't. Did we talk about Jan Demand from Leipzig going to Real Madrid for over
We
100
did,
million? Did we talk
we
about that
did,
one last one?
we did last week.
Okay, we'll ignore that one. Couple smaller ones I got here is Fulham signed two Real Madrid players, Cesar Palacios for Real Madrid from 10 million, and they also signed Gonzalo Garcia for 40 million. Fulham
Yeah,
getting under the radar in the transfer window.
yeah. They're making some interesting moves. Obviously, well, not obviously, but um, Wilson just left. Can't believe that one.
Yes, yes.
So needing to free up some cap space there, um, bringing in some midfield support. Good move there.
We got a few more. This one I'm upset about because I really
Harry
wanted him.
Wilson. Harry Wilson. There it is. And he went to Leeds. Remember we were talking, I remember a few months ago we were talking about Harry Wilson. Does he belong at a bigger club? Yeah,
Yes, we did
Leeds.
say that. Well,
Leeds.
speaking of Leeds, since we're talking about Leeds, signed James Trafford for 40 million from Manchester City.
I I like this because I think he's good. I
I like
think he
James
got
Trafford as
yeah.
well.
I think he got fucking shafted that Donnarumma got was brought in. I don't think that was the plan at all. I just think when Donnarumma hit the market, City were like, oh, I guess it's too good to pass up. But I like James Trafford a lot.
Yeah,
I
I would have
drafted
took
him
it.
in fantasy last year. I like him a
I
lot.
I probably would have took him at Chelsea as our number one goalie, if we're being
Yeah, I
honest.
would have 1,000% taken him at fucking Chelsea over Robert fucking Sanchez. Oh, speak of the devil. Who's on my screen right now? Oh, LaCroix. All right. I don't hate him.
I got three more. Juventus agreed to sign Kareem Albajuvic from Bayer Leverkusen. This is the Bosnia stud, the 18-year-old kid who was out wide, who had a very good World Cup.
Yeah, I would just stay away from Juve or anything Juve associated right now. I feel like that's just kind of a dumpster fire. I wouldn't personally go to play in Serie A if I were these players. I feel like a lot of shit.
Especially that young, or you
I
think it's
would,
okay that young?
I don't know. Serie A just as a league, it just isn't. It's obviously a top five league right now, and it's tough to say it's not a top three league, but I think there's a stark difference between like the Prem, La Liga, and then Serie A, even like
Oh yeah, there's
Bundesliga.
definitely.
Like I don't know where I would rank like the Prem and La Liga 1, 2, but then like quite a drop off to then Serie A or the
It'd be hard to
Bundesliga.
rank those other
But
way. I
right
get what you're
now, like
saying.
Serie A just right now is not overly competitive outside of like the top few teams.
That's very
And
true.
it's very,
So
I mean, at least to me, it's more on the boring side. It's more like a lot of passing back and forth. I don't know. Just
no,
my thoughts on it.
I get what you're saying. We had, speaking of Juventus, also we had Randall Kolo Muani
Milani.
to Juventus from PSG for 45 million. So Juventus grabbing another player. And
Sure.
then our last two, nothing crazy. Pat
I
Lia
feel like
might
he was
like,
on loan before to them.
I think he was.
Yeah, because he was on the Spurs last year on loan.
And then obviously Italy, Claudio Ranieri, the new Italian Federation director. And then obviously with the Pirlo signing as the head coach falling to a disaster with what supposedly happened. They signed Roberto Mancini as the new Italian head coach.
Yeah, how about that? Paulo Maldini, 10 days as the associate technical director, wanted to hire Andrea Pirlo, but apparently because of Pirlo's ties to foreign countries with his sponsorship deals, the Italian Federation said, no, you can't hire him. And Maldini said, well, I'm out the door as well. So 10 full fucking days. And then Claudio Ranieri and Mancini are in. So see how long this one lasts. I put the over at 10. I think it lasts longer than 10. If it's shorter, then who knows? But I'll go the over.
That is all I have. I just got breaking news
Oh.
and no, I thought it was true, but
Oh.
do you have X by any chance?
Mm-mm.
I have X and it's one of those fakes. It's one of those fake ones. You have to read the comments. Breaking reports indicate that Chelsea have reached an agreement with Murillo over personal terms from Nottingham Forest. It was fake.
Silly.
Kind of got excited. I was like, that's another center back,
Silly.
big heavy center back. But
Silly stuff.
that's
All
all I got
right.
from transfers over here.
All right. We'll move right on then into our fantasy talk. So, Jay, we're going to go through, and listeners, everyone's league's a little bit different. Just to let you know, our league, we do a lot of points go to midfielders, especially like holding midfielders. So we do a lot of points for like ball recovery, like defensive
Tackles.
plays, tackles, long passes created, opportunities created. So it almost leans more towards midfielders. So it's not like the typical goals and assists only. But we're going to go over our 5 players that we're going to be looking forward to drafting this season and 5 players that we're going to be shying away from. And again, this is on our format. Could be a little different in yours, but we would like to kind of add a weekly installment about some fantasy talk because EPL is getting big. I signed up for my second league, Jay. I'm in 2 leagues this season.
Look at you. Are you doing it on? Are you doing it on the EPL app?
I don't know. I think it's on Fantrax as well, but I think the scoring's a bit more basic. It's
Yeah,
25. It's a small one, $25 buy-in online draft. So
that's not bad. Yeah, because
not
it's
so the
different.
big
Like
one.
if you do like the actual like EPL app, which we used to do, I
Yeah, it
don't.
was just goals,
It's
assists,
just goal. It's
and
goals, assist, and clean sheets, and then obviously with our league, like
boring.
Fantrax is cool for people who want to start a league or join a league. Like you think about it, you can add to the
Yep.
league. Like
Corners,
corners,
and
penalties,
many.
conceded, touches. Like there's so many things to add.
Yeah, I love it. I do love it. So, but let's get in. Do you have? I'm going to go first.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go first, and it's gonna it's gonna fucking bite me. I'm gonna do it though, Florian Wirtz, because I liked.
Go ahead.
I had him last season. I liked the way he
I
looked
traded him
towards.
to you last
Yeah,
season.
well, I like the way he looked in the second half of last season. I think he ended up moving around a bit better for Liverpool. I think with a new coach coming in, maybe it'll help change things over there. But I just think he's too talented of a player. I think he's got the talent. I think he figures it out this season because I think last year he was showing signs to the end. So that's a guy that I'm going to be targeting, not early on, but fourth round if he's still there. Florian Wirtz, why
Now,
not?
I follow. I said followers, listeners. By the way, in our draft, Ian has the second pick and I have the third pick. So it's
Oh
gonna be there.
fuck.
There's gonna be a lot of sniping going between our picks, and I know a lot of our people in the league listen to our podcast as well. So we kind of have to be careful of what we say before they mark this down. But now, Ian, I kind of do like the Florian Wirtz. I do think he looked better in the second half of last season. I also do think with the new system Liverpool is going to be playing this year, more in a pressing style as well. I think that's gonna make him a better player and suit his game a little bit. But I don't think he's gonna last to the fourth round in our league.
I
I
don't think
think
he will either,
I
but
think he'll be a late second or early third. But I do like
I
I
wouldn't say
think
he's
he'll
early
I
third.
I think he'll be a much better player for fantasy this year.
I would, yeah, I agree. All right, you want to give me one that you're targeting?
Yeah, so I have five and two of them are gonna be obvious. I
I
don't
got
even
five as
know.
well. You
Okay.
want me to go five in a row? I was going to go
No,
one,
we'll go
one, one,
back and
one.
forth.
Yeah.
I have Erling Haaland. It's it's an
Uh,
obvious choice, but before we hopped on this pod, Ian wasn't so sure that about taking him if he fell to the two spot. Obviously, we know Erling Haaland. He's a fantasy god. He scores goals. He takes the penalty kicks. He gets shots on target. And to me, at the number three spot, if he falls to me, I am clicking the green check mark. I am going up in there. I'm going up to the board, and I am calling everybody else on our league an idiot because he should be the number one pick in the draft.
okay, fair enough.
It's an
I might
obvious
take him
one,
at
but
I might
you
take
got
him at
time.
two. It depends.
Yeah. Okay.
Depends. Another guy that I'm targeting, Jay, over here. I got to put him on the squad, Morgan Rogers. I think he's
I'm
going to be playing a
s-
lot.
I'm just so indecisive with that front four. That's the issue with me. And I do think he's gonna play a lot,
I think
but
if Alonso brought him in, he's going to be playing the most out of that front four, especially if shit starts to hit the fan because he's one of his own guys. He
that's
might
fair.
have a little more leeway than say one of the other guys that maybe not been listening to him. Just maybe, but I also do think he's also very good. I think he's a piece that we were missing. I think he's a little more all around. Um, he produced very well last year in the fantasy league, so I like him. He gets into a lot of duels, wins some
No, he
tackles.
definitely does. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll take him.
interesting. We'll take it. My other one is Pedro Porro. I
Okay.
think I think he has more attacking upside than most defenders, and I think from the World Cup that he had, and obviously you can't compare Spain to Tottenham, but Tottenham did again make a more entertaining team. They increased their team as a whole with all the pieces we talked about the transfer window, and I only think that's going to take the pressure off them defensively.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be good for them. Obviously, Tottenham doesn't have to worry about European football at all either, which won't he won't have to play as much to take a little stress off him. But I'm going to target him as a good defender this season to have.
Over under 3.5 red cards this season.
For who?
Pedro Porro.
I'll take under one and a half.
Over. Really?
Yep, he only gets one.
Hmm.
He's got to
Like
play
you.
30. What's he play? 38 games? Got to play 38 games this year. That'll be fine.
That's what he did last season.
He had no midfield last season. They were defending.
Yeah.
They were defending for 90 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Let's see. Let's see. Leopards don't change their spots, bud. I'm gonna go the other way now. I'm gonna go with the player I'm not targeting. Definitely staying away from is Igor Thiago. I think he had a great season with Brentford, but I think towards the end of the season, kind of cooled off a bit and then was just non-existent during the World Cup.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I think he hit his high,
Yeah, so I kind of want to stay away from him just a bit because I am a little suspect of him going back-to-back big seasons with Brentford like that as well.
and I think he's going to go early too. I can
Yeah,
see people
if he
drafting
had
him.
if he had left Brentford and went somebody somewhere else, it'd be like, oh, okay. But staying at Brentford, I mean, how many guys do you know that like go down in history as Brentford strikers? Like, you know what I mean? It's
No,
just
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
maybe it's recency bias or history bias. I just don't see it.
Okay, I guess we'll switch it up here.
I
My,
wanted to pop that one in, and you could go back to whatever you want to do, bud.
I'll go to an avoid, and mine is going to be Ollie Watkins.
Yeah,
I am not. gonna touch him. I don't care if he falls to me in the eighth round, but I think with Morgan Rogers leaving, he has a lot more pressure on him now. He's gonna be the main man. They have Champions League football this year as well, a lot more games for them to play.
Lost
And
Martinez as
I
well. Yeah.
I just think the value of where he's being drafted at in most leagues, and I just don't think he's gonna step up and be that guy.
I agree. I mean, but he's also kind of like a quiet. I thought the same thing last year with him that age would catch up. Um, he's not a guy I'll be targeting, luckily, because I have that draft spot. It's either going to be Bruno or Holland for me, to be honest with you, at two. It's either Bruno
It's
or
fair.
Holland. It's whoever
Yeah, it's
it's.
fair.
I don't because striker I think is a little yeah. Anyway, uh, yeah, I would stay away from him too. I agree with you. No
Thanks, man.
disagreements. No disagreements. A guy that I'm going to stay away with is another striker, and we talked about him earlier, Eli Krupe. He's a guy that
Yeah.
was probably on a lot of draft boards a week ago. You might have already drafted, right? We only got 3 weeks away. Yeah, he's out for 3, 4 months, so he's a guy I'm staying
Nah,
away
it's
from.
tough. Yeah. Unless you get him in like, depending on like your league. Obviously, our league has like an IR spot if somebody's
Right,
hurt. But if you're doing like
but
the
late.
normal, if you're doing like the normal Premier League, you don't get that option.
No,
But and it's also, do you want to leave somebody on that IR spot, your bench for 4 months? Is it worth it? But now,
yeah.
obviously, it's staying away from him as well. And who knows? Somebody comes in and plays that forward position, and they're hot when he's just starting to come back. You never know.
Oh yeah, no, you never know. Bournemouth's not one of those teams, and he's not like one of those players with a lot of like career long like oh, we need to start Eli Krupe.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that like name brand that he's got to start.
No, I agree. My second avoid player is Brian Mbeumo from Manchester United.
Okay.
I think this Manchester United team, I think they've gotten a little bit better. Not much. I don't think they've done enough off in the transfer window yet, but I still think with those three that came in between Matheus Cunha and Sesko, I think those two are the better attackers in that system that Michael Carrick plays.
Mhm.
And then obviously you have other players who are competing for that other spot. And then obviously they're going to have European football this year as well, which I think
Yeah.
brings more rotation in.
Yep.
But I just don't think he's their main guy, the one I'm looking for to create things going forward as much as Sesko and Cunha do. And then obviously you have Bruno, who's going to do a lot of that.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed it. One of the mouths has to go a little hungry. I could see it being in Waymo. Because now one of my to move back over to who I'm targeting, one of my targets for this season, the guy I had last year, Sesko. Because I think this last year he showed a lot of signs that he could be that guy up top. I think this year is the year he steps in and he becomes that guy up top. I wouldn't be shocked if he bagged 16 goals in the Prem this season.
No, I agree because he showed us last year like it was frustrating because like he
You
deserved
wouldn't start him,
he
yeah.
deserved to start, but he'd come off the bench in the 70th minute and he
Mhm.
scored for like five straight games. He was great off the
Mhm.
bench. And obviously that's something Carrick has to see now. Is like, okay, I think he could be that starter for United now.
Yeah, I mean, you brought him in to be the striker. You didn't bring in Cunha or in Buemo to be your striker, and to continue to do that into another season or Xerxes as your striker is just would just be fucking stupid.
So, yes.
Did not play your striker. Play other that's like with Newcastle last year. Not like playing Anthony Gordon as striker instead of one of the people you brought in to be striker in Voltamati or Wissa. Why'd you bring him in to be striker if you're not going to play him at striker?
Play him, yeah,
What's
exactly.
the point? What was the point of it all then? I don't whatever.
I'll go with my target and I'm gonna hit three in one here.
Oh,
Give me the championship teams coming up. Haji Wright from Coventry, Ali McBurney from Hull City, and Daisen Moita from Ipswich Town. I am a big
you
I'm
said
a
fuck it. I'm done talking one by one. Give me all three.
no, because I'm just a big follower of these teams that come in from championship football. And who are you going to rely on most of the time? You're going to rely on those strikers putting the ball in the back of the net. Haji Wright, obviously the U.S. international player, scored bagged 17 league goals for Coventry last season, and then McBurney had 18 goals and 7 assists as well. And then Daizon Moedi he was in double digits as well.
Yeah,
Again,
I do like Haji, right?
the only way they stay in the Premier League is if players like this step up, and
Yep.
I will take them. It's someone like last season, like Jaden Anthony, I had from Burnley, who I think he had a great season for Burnley, even though they went down. You can say the same thing 2 years ago when Ipswich Town was back in the Premier League, and obviously Liam Delap was a good player. But
Mm.
yeah, I'll target any of these three forwards for these three championship teams.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like that shout. That's definitely something I've done in the past. I had what's his face on Luton Town a few seasons ago. Who is their striker? Morris.
Yes, I know. Yep, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Malcolm, maybe Malcolm Morris. Yeah, I have Morris. Yeah, about back, I think like 11 goals for me that season. So yeah, I mean they'll pop up. You need a PK, they're going to up for him. For another guy that I'm going to be looking to draft, it's a defender here, and it's Antoine Robinson from Fulham. United States defender. I think he played really well in the World Cup. And for Fulham, I could definitely see him getting shouts for PKs and free kicks now that Harry Wilson is no longer there. He's got a really good, he's very good offensively, I think. I didn't really believe
Yeah,
anybody, and then I watched him at the World Cup. I'm like, oh shit, he actually is very good getting
he's a good
forward
player.
offensively. He is a very good player, so I think that's a guy that I'm going to be targeting in my defense. And Fulham is a strong defensive side as well. Last season, I don't think they allowed too many goals. Um, they're a very fun team to watch. I've been there, so I got some bias. Obviously, I've been to Riverside Stadium. It was awesome, dude. So fun, so fun. So yeah, give me Antoine Robinson.
And like you said, he gets up and down the field, so you're
I
gonna
like
get
the
those
attacking. Yeah,
defensive points, you're gonna get those attacking points,
crosses into the
crosses and
box.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
My next player that I know people are gonna be very high on this year just because how he carried Sunderland a lot is Grant Saka.
Yeah.
I think
Be
he's on
honest
a
though. I'll be honest with you, bud. I had him on my team last year. He didn't put up that many points. He gets himself into a lot of trouble, a lot of yellow cards, a lot of fouls.
but I just think again
You should
he's
stay away from him.
no, yeah, he's at an age. They also have European football. Their Europa League. He still played in the World Cup this summer as well. I think he's gonna have a drop off. I just think everything's gonna start to catch up to him, and I think he's gonna miss a couple of games in the Premier League, and I do think he's gonna get these nagging injuries.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I think yeah, I agree. Nothing else to
Uh,
add there.
Good. You're agreeing all my voids. I appreciate that.
I am going to avoid kind of the same realm with you of another defensive holding midfielder that did play in the World Cup, Declan Rice.
And he's gonna go high. We know that for sure.
But he shouldn't, unfortunately, because I do think he is going to sit out the first few months. I legitimately do think he's going to, from all the reports I'm hearing out of Arsenal, and that's why they want to push to get Bruno, is so that he could sit out 3 months and they don't have to worry about it. Like they can just so safely rotate him with Bruno. So I don't think Declan, and that's just based on where he is projected to be drafted in our listings. He would be projected at like number two.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I don't think he's a top 3 round pick if he can't play for 3 months.
No.
Is he going to get picked within the top 3 rounds? Probably, but I'm going to stay away from that.
No, I agree, and there's too big of a risk there,
Yeah,
and he definitely needs
yep.
rest. There's no way. I think he said he played the
We
most
have like
games in every
60 or 70
football play.
games or
I
something.
know.
Yeah,
And then obviously Arsenal is going to be in the Premier League race. They're going to be in the Champions League. They have so much, and he just can't continue to do it.
yeah, I agree. I got another
My,
player. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I got my last one, my last avoid. So target it was all the Championship strikers. My avoid now is any Manchester City player besides Erling Haaland. I do not trust Enzo as a coach. We have no idea what is going to happen. When he was at Chelsea, we had a different starting back four every game. We had a different lineup every game. I know injuries played a factor in that, but I just don't know what you're going to get from this Manchester City team with a new coach coming in. Is Semenyo going to be your winger every game? Is Cherky now going to be a starting player every game? There's too many questions for me.
And that
And
was the same thing
that's
with
always a
Pep.
City problem. Yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's the same thing with Pep. It's almost like you wanted to stay, you wanted to have all those shiny pieces, but because Pep so heavily rotated, because they played so often, heavily rotated the squad, you didn't know who you were going to draft, right? Like Reinders last year was drafted early. Everybody wanted to buy him. He plays great first week, and then like the dude doesn't play the rest of the season. It's like,
Hmm.
what the fuck? Why? Right. So I agree with you. Yeah, I was gonna like kind of start naming. I think Elliot Anderson was kind of on my list as well as a guy that I would love to have on my squad because I think he could be a point machine, but I could also see him, to your point, be under pretty
Rotating, yeah.
heavy rotation. But with Rodri leaving, maybe he's not. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you got
But
to
there's
think
like a lot of I don't
Rodri really
knows.
didn't play last season because of that ACL injury. He really didn't get into the team much.
True. That's the thing. There's too many unknowns.
Yeah.
I've only given three people that I'm not moving forward with, I think.
And you can keep going. I'm done.
Okay. I got
I
two.
had yeah, because I had Saka as well, but you kind of brought up Saka and Declan Rice are on the
Oh,
same
okay.
thing,
Oh, okay. I was wondering why
so I
things
just
were
ignored it.
going so quickly. So I got another guy I'm definitely going to be looking to avoid, Reece James. Dude's just injury prone. Like he's not going to play 38 matches this season. You're in a Reece James kit, son of a bitch. Dude, like he's just not, and especially if they play a three-man back, like he's not gonna. If he's going up and down the pitch, he's just gonna get hurt.
He won't. He's going to be the right center back to have him.
Dude, he's just gonna get hurt.
I know.
It's
I
just
hate to
just
say
gonna
it.
happen.
He's
Like
knocking us out.
his
Well, maybe we
injury
don't. Maybe because we're not playing European football, and all we
His
have is
injury
Premier League.
history, dude, his injury history is bad. I was listening
I
to
know.
somebody else was talking about it. I think over the last three seasons, he's only averaging like 20 matches a season. It's not very good.
That's not good at all.
No, it's like very bad. I mean, he's just continuing to be hurt. So it's really, really difficult to trust him at this point in time. Um, I will say a player, so I believe this is my 5 and 5. I know you kind of jumped forward. And obviously we know the top dogs, who the top dogs are. I'm trying to go off a little bit of the beaten path when we're looking at deeper rounds. For a forward, give me Brawbury. I think he played really well this summer for the Netherlands. I think he played decently well for Sunderland last season. I think he is athletic, he's pacey, and I think he's young enough, and I think he's gonna kind of grow and learn that knack to finish.
No, I like him. He was really good for Netherlands. A big body up top, can finish the ball, can win in the air. He can really do it all up there. I like that one.
Yep. Yep. Agreed. And then another player that I am going to be staying away from this season, and it kind of pains me a bit to say it because I like him. I do like this guy. Um, but the system is just not the fit for him, and it's Martin Odegaard. He used to be somebody who was a little more entertaining to watch play, but with Arsenal, it's just so boring. I'm sure they're going to be heavy rotation again this year. You do have Eze still there in midfield that could fill in for him. So, unfortunately, I think he's a guy that plays like 29, 30 matches just because of rotation. And then at that point, he should be a higher draft pick. And then I'm just going to stay away from
Yeah.
that.
Arsenal doesn't score enough for me to take him, and he'll definitely be like an earlier round pick as well.
Right, right. And that's the thing. You're going to draft him early because of the team he plays on, because of the name. But then you actually look at his production and his numbers. You're like, maybe not. I shouldn't.
Nah, yeah.
So I'm going to stay away from him. But that's what we have this week, folks, for your fantasy, or at least I do. Justin, you got anything?
No. Hopefully anyone that's in our league is listening. We're just screwing around with you here. We don't know what we're doing. So playing mind games
Well, we
with you.
definitely don't know what we're doing. I finished in last place last season. We
That is
definitely
true.
don't, or at least I don't
That is
fucking.
true.
Well, you and I were both racing for the basement, so yeah, maybe don't listen to us, or maybe do. Who knows? But all right, that will bring us to another episode of the Blues Corner. Justin, what do you want to talk about in the Blues Corner today?
Talk about the preseason game that Chelsea just finished beating Western Sydney 6 to
Oh,
4.
that's right.
Unfortunately, it was a 5:45 a.m. start time, so I couldn't wake up and watch this one. But obviously, a lot of these preseason games go for most clubs is they'll play the academy players most of the time for a good like 65, 70 minutes, and then they'll get like the starting 11. They'll get more of the veterans in. And this is something we got to see. Joe Pedro came off the bench, scored a 9-minute hat trick for the Blues. Definitely thank you, Brazil, for giving him that break, for not calling up for the World Cup, because he just looks like a new player. I feel like when you don't, it's a blessing to be called for your World Cup team, but knowing you're really on vacation and you can kind of just train and rest your body is really important as well, as you can tell. But some of these players look good. João Pedro looked good. I hate to say it, Jamie Gittins looked really good as well on the outside. Dario Isugo as well was very good in the midfield, somebody who was hurt all last year. Then some of these academy players look good as well. Dastin Satpoof, Reggie Watson is somebody to keep your
Did
eye
Derry
on.
play well? Derry play?
Yes, he played okay.
I like him.
I don't think he was one of the standouts, but he played well. Two players that were crap. If you want to take a guess, can you guess?
Did Cole Palmer play like shit?
No.
Oh,
He
good.
he came in. He only played 20 minutes. If you had to guess which two players played like crap,
Pedro Neto.
no.
Uh,
One's a striker, one's a starting center back. One's a center
Liam
back.
Delap. Liam Delap, I
Yes,
know. I heard he played like shit.
Liam Delap came in, played six. Sorry, didn't come in. Started 65 minutes, had two shots, one on target, one sent to Mars. And then
Nice.
João Pedro comes in and scores a hat trick in 9 minutes. Liam Delap needs to go. If you can't score against Western Sydney, there's an issue. If you had to guess the other one, who would you have to guess?
Defensive player?
Center back. He's an older guy.
Tosin.
Tosin. Tosin Tosin was crap as well in the center back role. He was our captain for this game, but he just looked crap. Offensively, I thought we looked good, but defensively, when you give up 4 goals against a team like Western Sydney from Australia, which I don't know anything about, it is a little bit concerning. But again,
It is.
academy team was more out there than anyone, but that just shows to me Tosin needs to be put out. But
What
those
do
are
you
my
mean put
thoughts.
out? Put out to like pasture?
No, just needs to get sent somewhere. Needs to get some sent
I mean,
somewhere else. But
we definitely need consistency in the back four, right? That's what we need. We need to we need to stop with the rotation of the back four because those are the guys. That's our base. That's what's holding us all together. And right now, we just haven't found that counterpart, and that's why I'm so happy. If Tosin's playing like shit, then LaCroix moves right in, and then he partners with Caldwell, and we call it a day. And that's what I just wanted to shout on is LaCroix. I think is going to be a great acquisition and a great piece for us. I love that we brought in a veteran center back. We've been saying it every week. I wanted Schlotterbeck. I'll take LaCroix too, though. A player that played for the French national team, so obviously he's got a lot of pedigree. So I think he's an excellent addition to the squad. And then if I I like Danny Welbeck as well. I think he played well for Brighton last season. I think he can score crucial goals, and I think he's going to start helping change that team a little bit. And I don't mind if we bring in Jordan Henderson as well. I
well, he's
don't
already
mind
in.
if we, yeah, like that's what like a lot of people are complaining though about having them both. I don't mind about having them both in.
I hate it. I hate bringing in Henderson. I think
I
it's
think we
such.
needed both, man. We got a bunch of fucking idiots. We
I
got a bunch
was
of
just
20-year-olds. We
I
needed
was fine
someone.
with Danny Welbeck, but bringing in Henderson to me is just why.
But you heard how highly they spoke about him across the English national team. Like, there's got to be a reason. Like, they
Yeah,
have
and
to,
then he
like,
decided to jump over a billboard and break
hell
his wrist
yeah.
like a
Because
moron.
he's just one of the boys, man. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, he's just, but we needed it. We had people making fun of, like, players were making fun of our coaches, calling them fucking Harry Potter. Like, we just can't have that. Like, come on, man.
Well,
You can't.
are they wrong? Some of them,
Dude, they're
some.
professional footballers playing in the
I don't care.
Premier League at one of the
Some of those.
biggest teams in the whole world. Like they're calling it like a bunch of children.
Well, Liam Rosner looked like Harry Potter.
Oh, dude, don't defend them. Like I want Cole Palmer to just get his ass kicked once by a veteran, and then maybe he'll turn back into the player he was.
Good luck with that.
Something's got to change, but I like what they're doing so far. A couple more pieces, and I'd be really happy. And they don't need to have to be expensive pieces, even if they're some cheaper pieces. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Enzo go at this point in time because I kind of want to see what they would cook up and bring in for him.
I
But
can't see him. I don't think
I
there's
can't
any.
see him. I don't think anybody's going to buy him. I mean, if
Well,
Real
it's
Madrid just bought Rodri,
yeah.
then they're not going to go buy him too.
It's not even that. If you get rid of Enzo, who's coming in, I don't see any. There's no other center mids in the market on top of my head that I can think of right now. And then that means who's coming in the middle?
Kieran
Exactly.
Dewsbury Hall.
No, he's not leaving Everton. Who's coming in? Seriously, there's no one. You're
No,
gonna
no,
start.
I know,
You're
I
gonna
know,
start
I know.
Lavia,
No,
who still hasn't played a full 90 minutes in his career.
no, no, I'm not going to do that. I got nothing for you. I don't know. I would like to see another, I would like to just see another big signing before the window's over.
No, I agree.
I want to be excited about something. Morgan Rogers, I'm a little excited about. I'm not overly excited. I'm not 167 million pounds excited. So give me another name.
Are you telling me that, or are you telling the
No,
world
I'm
that
just
you
saying,
want?
like,
Okay.
no, I just want like the ownership. Give me another name. Give me another like big name player, even if he's a little older, that you just give me somebody else to be excited about. Zaka would have got me really excited, or Granit Xhaka would have got me really excited too.
All right, now we're getting too old. Fair point, though.
Yeah. All right. Jay, anything else that you want to cover on today's episode?
No, I think we're gonna get to that timing and we're gonna start having to make our predictions of a lot of these leagues coming up soon. I think the transfer window is still gonna be hot over the next week, but
We might have
yeah.
to start like actually just breaking down predictions instead of doing it week over week, just doing a few weeks or a few pods in a week and breaking down like instead of breaking down the Premier League in one day, breaking it down like four teams an episode. Do a whole week long thing.
And whatever you want to
20
do,
to 20 to 30 minutes a team, really deep dive it.
and whatever you want to do, if you have that much time on your
I definitely have that much time, but I'm not the one that's engaged.
I do now, to be fair,
We
because
could
I'm
do a
working
30
from
minute deep
home.
dive on Hull City.
But it's just once fall starts, kickball season starts back up,
Oh, they're big.
soccer starts again. So that's 2 weeks. We'll figure it out, Ian. Let's see what the list. I gotta stop saying followers. The listeners want to hear.
Yeah, well, they're followers too. But listeners, followers, thank you as always for tuning in to another episode. As always, hit that 5-star button, like and subscribe. Follow us on our social media sites. They are pinned in the description below. And from all of us over here at the Beyond the Ball podcast, until next time.